Until recently, most people will never have heard of coronavirus, but they and the disease they cause in humans and animals have been recognized for over 50 years.
Now, what is coronavirus? Coronavirus are a group of related RNA viruses that can cause diseases in mammals and birds. In humans, these viruses cause respiratory tract infection that can range from mild to lethal. Mild illness includes some cases of common cold, which is also caused by other viruses, while more lethal varieties can cause SARS, MERS, and COVID 19. Symptoms in other species vary, like in chicken, they cause an upper respiratory tract diseases, while in cows and pigs, they cause diarrhea. Coronavirus belong to the family of Coronaviridae. They are divided into alpha coronavirus and beta coronavirus, which infect mammals primarily, while gamma coronavirus and delta coronavirus infects birds. Infection in humans. Coronavirus vary significantly in risk factors. Some can kill more than 30% of those infected, such as MERS-CoV, and some are relatively harmless, such as common cold. CoV can cause colds with major symptoms such as fever and sore throat from solid adenoids. CoV can cause pneumonia, either direct viral pneumonia or secondary bacterial pneumonia, and bronchitis, either direct viral bronchitis or secondary bacterial bronchitis. Human coronavirus discovered in 2003, SARS-CoV, which causes severe acute respiratory syndrome, that is SARS. It has unique pathogenesis because it causes both upper and lower respiratory tract infection. 6 species of human CoV are known, with the species subdivided into 2 different strains, making 7 strains of human CoV altogether. 4 human coronavirus produce symptoms that are generally mild, and 3 human coronavirus produce symptoms that are potentially severe. In December 2019, pneumonia outbreak was reported in Wuhan, China. On 31st December 2019, the outbreak was traced to a novel strain of coronavirus, which was given the interim name 2019 nCoV by the World Health Organization, later renamed SARS-CoV-2 by the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses. The virus has 96% similarity to a bat coronavirus, so it is widely suspected to originate from bats as COVID-19 is a new disease, and so stopping transmission really is the best way we have to mitigate the impact of this pandemic. Let's review again what happens when someone is infected. They develop signs and symptoms of disease usually about 5 days after their infection, and then they themselves are able to infect others 2 days before they get sick, particularly on the day that they get sick. And they are still able to infect people as long as they have signs and symptoms, which is at least for 7 days. So let's imagine that they have contact with someone else on the day that they are sick, really, as they begin to feel ill. That person, let's assume, will have a 5-day incubation period. So after they are infected, they will develop signs and symptoms 5 days later. Here you can see that after they develop signs and symptoms, they will have diseases for 7 days. We can also see in the yellow highlighted area here when they are infectious. So you can see that they are infectious 2 days before they are become ill, which is really only 3 days after they are infected. So if we want to interrupt transmission if we want to stop transmission of COVID-19. So, among people who get COVID 19, some are at much higher risk for having severe diseases. Let's talk about what some of those risks are. Some people are much more likely to have severe disease if they get infected. In particular, older adults who are over the age of 65 are much more likely to have severe COVID 19 diseases than others, and those risks increase with age. So, the older you are, the more likely you are to have severe disease. People who are obese also have an increased risk of severe disease. I want to point out that some people who are severely ill with COVID 19 are young and perfectly healthy. So, I don't want you to get the impression that all people who are severe disease are older or have other chronic medical conditions. Sometimes young, perfectly healthy people can also become severely ill. That's rare. It's a small proportion of infections, and children are very unlikely to be severely ill, but it does happen sometimes. Preventions and treatment. Yet, there are no vaccines or antiviral drugs to prevent or treat human coronavirus infections.